Hi, once again, everyone. It's 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here. It's the Mahoning and Chenango Valley's in-depth, geeky weather forecast video. Call it weather for Weather Geeks. We've got a lot to talk about this evening. We have some wintry weather to talk about in the short term, the continuation of this pattern in the medium term, but in the longer term, starting late next week into next weekend and beyond, some better news. Let's start out today with a time-lapse video from our Youngstown camera. As expected, it was a cold, frosty start to the day. Today, we had lots and lots of sunshine for the first handful of hours, and then clouds started to bubble up, and much like last evening, if you look carefully on this, you probably see a few rain shafts. We had some sprinkles and showers that were trying to reach the ground for parts of the afternoon and early this evening, and in some places they did. In some circumstances, the dry air and the low levels of the atmosphere kind of won out, and we had some virga, some sheets of precipitation falling out of these clouds, but then most of it dried up before reaching the ground, with some exceptions. And as of this recording at 6:42 this evening, last of our rain showers pushing to the south and east of Youngstown. Might have a rainbow or two over the next hour down in southern Columbiana County, with a lingering shower and the lowering sun at this time of the day. Again, these showers have been fighting dry air. Our dew points locally today have been mostly in the 20s. Pretty dry stuff. It won't be too long before dew points in the 20s seem crazy, because, of course, as we get into the summer season, the lowest our dew points typically get in meteorological summer is somewhere in the 40s. So that's around the corner. It won't be too long before a dew point of 25 will seem like November, or in 2020, early May. All right, here's our next weather maker. It's out across the middle of the country. This is producing some light rain in parts of the Plain States, a couple of isolated severe thunderstorms near the Red River Valley, Oklahoma, and Texas. Last night, of course, the moon was spectacular. We got a lot of great pictures from some of our local photographers. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, EricWFMJ. Just check out weather pictures there, and I posted some of them on Twitter and Facebook as well. Moon was technically full this morning, but with the sky clearing some tonight, you'll still be able to check out a nearly full moon out there tonight. The flower moon is the full moon in the month of May, and this is our last supermoon of 2020, 14% larger and 30% brighter than your typical full moon. All right, let's get to the details on the next couple of days. Finally, we have some decent model agreement here on how things will transpire tomorrow, and that means steadiest and heaviest of the rain is going to be mostly to our south, but I think we're going to get grazed by some light rain starting around mid-morning, taking us through early to mid-afternoon. Might be a couple of wet snowflakes mixed in with this, but that'll be the exception. The rule would just be a cold, light rain, especially south of Interstate 80. Sky clears for a time then as we get into tomorrow evening. Now, tomorrow night and into Saturday morning, a really cold night and morning. In fact, a record low temperature for Saturday's date will likely be broken. That record's 28 for Saturday. I think we'll get down to 26, 27 in most spots. So all of Ohio and all of Western PA under freeze warnings tomorrow night and into Saturday morning. Not expecting frost tonight. Won't be a repeat of last night. All right, in addition to that, we're going to see snow flurries around Saturday morning. There's actually quite a bit of instability that will build over Lake Erie on Saturday. Would not be surprised if we had thunder snow Saturday right around midday, maybe up towards Erie, Jamestown, New York, maybe as far south as Bradford, PA. Extreme instability over Lake Erie. And so thunder and lightning with snow showers, that's going to be a possibility, I think, to our north and east. For us, flurries will fade away, but clouds occasionally will break for a peak or two of sun Saturday afternoon. What a nasty day this is going to be. I mean, high temperatures in the lower 40s and wind chills probably no better than the 20s. Thankfully, better things are ahead for Mother's Day on Sunday. Speaking of Mother's Day on Sunday, this is going to be a cold start to the day, and temperatures will be well below average all day. But hey, 50s is better than lower 40s. You'll notice I do have on our hand-drawn Mother's Day card here, if you will, chance for a shower by the end of the day on Sunday, but it's a small chance. Most of the day will be dry. We're not done with the frost and freeze threat once we get through the weekend. Still some chances for some pretty cold temperatures during the first half of next week. Probably not Sunday night, Monday morning, but then Monday night into Tuesday morning, and perhaps even again Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Chances for some scattered frost across the area. So again, hanging baskets, Mother's Day is a big hanging basket holiday. Make sure you are bringing those in at night. A lot of the next several nights will feature some pretty cold temperatures. We're going to break out of this, though, By the end of next week, the frost and freeze threat for the season is likely over with by the end of next week as the pattern starts to change. Boy, it's nice to see on the 8 to 14 day outlook a lack of dark blue and purple. In fact, this period may be marked by overall some warmer than average temperatures. Let's take a peek tonight. Let me actually resize this. Give you a better look at this. Oops. Let's try that again. Try to drag my window into this so it's a little easier to see. And what we're going to look at here, that's a little too small. What we're going to look at is tonight's run of the European weeklies, the long-range European modeling. And if I could get this sized correctly, well, the map's going to be small, but you're going to get the idea here. The cold air mass lifts out at the end of next week, and then look at the oranges starting to pop up as we go through the third week of May, so 12, 13 days from now. It's really going to be a lot better during the second half of May. How long does this continue? Well, the colors tend to become a little more muted as you go out through time here. You know, the model has a hard time seeing a lot of abnormalities as you get farther out into time. It wants to revert back to the average. So you don't see a lot of dark blues, you don't see a lot of oranges as you roll out a month into the future on these long-range models. But as we get into June, it's trying to suggest that there may be some cool weather in Western Canada. If that were to be the correct idea overall, then that would favor some warmth here locally. Right now, it's warm in Western Canada and up towards Alaska. No surprise, it's so cold around here. Yeah, the pattern's going to flip, and it's going to flip in a big way, I think, starting late next week into next weekend. A lot of 70s and probably some 80s heading our way later on in May. We've not hit 80 yet this year. The average first 80-degree temperature in our area is towards the end of April. Haven't hit that yet this year, and the record for the latest 80-degree temperature is in the middle of June back in 1997. Don't think we're going to come close to that record this year. I would not be surprised if we had an 80 before the month of May is through. That'll do it for me tonight. Thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday night.